Maybe come that way because it's all because of that.
So, hello everyone. This is my presentation of the representation and the male gaze here. So my understanding of this present phenomenon has now led me to think more carefully about which choices shape a narrative and which are the suited for the purpose spectator, not just the context of gender or the male gaze, but even in terms of the technology, the dichotomy in the modern films between what is spectacular and what is structurally required for the coherence and story purposes is too great. And I believe the two can be blended in as much more efficient fashion. So this can achieve by delivering pleasure to the audience through the means that are simultaneously suited for the specific story or part of a story, and never through the superficial means such as the expense of vulnerable groups, offense jokes, stereotypes, or the male gaze. So through the examples seen in class and other films I was able to gain a better idea what makes this phenomenon so pervasive, so which is that it is seemingly so began. So for example, a short animation that has nurseries for this trope is Tex Avery from the 1943 film Red Hot Riding Hood, which I enjoyed for the comic value of exaggeration, but the part of the exaggeration also played with the nation of women as mere sources of visual pleasure only being an interesting to the male character, literally depicted as a wolf in the role of nightclub dancer. So it is important to note that in my research I also observed that generally unseasoned general audiences will not actively observe this phenomenon yet. Yet that does not mean that it is effectively unfelt. Representation in cinema has become a long way, yet there's still more progress to be achieved. At the moment, commercial films try to cater and to the sensibilities of a male audience mostly, and have suffered great losses in profits as well as large substance of audience interest as a result. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Adam. Feedback, any kind of notes, any things that you've noticed? Right.
It's good to have the written version, but sometimes it's a little text heavy to follow, which is good if you're describing it to someone, but sometimes visually it's better to have more photos. So that could be balanced better.
I really liked it. I think for the end you included some images. I think you could have maybe explained what specifically about those images appeal to the male gaze and why that's maybe a bad thing.
Nice, thank you. Any other notes? Any other feedback? Thanks so much, Adam. Really liked it. Really good, really strong examples as well. It would have been good to have a little bit more context on the images and like the ones that you've chosen.
I was going to do that. So.
The Tex Avery one is interesting. I would have loved to hear a bit more about the Red Hot Riding Hood. And the wolf as well. like there seems,
Yeah.
you pointed it out in your text as well, that it's quite literally for consumption, for the consumption of the, you know, the wolf that comes in. It gives us quite a lot to work with as an image. But yeah, really well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.